Let's open the book on this. Today in Taipei, we're celebrating community resilience that rose from a devastating typhoon, and we've got fast updates on safety at sea and on our roads.
Hey, I'm Garrett.
And I'm Leah. Welcome to Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett, reporting from Taipei. First up, Hualien launches an exhibit celebrating the so-called shovel heroes of the Typhoon Ragasa cleanup. This is in Guangfu Township, Hualien County, at the Taiwan Sugar Factory site, which is a historic sugar processing complex run by Taiwan Sugar Corporation. The exhibit opened today and honors more than 500,000 volunteers who helped after Ragasa's deadly flood last September. 19 people died and 5 are still reported missing. Volunteers moved an estimated 400,000 tons of earth and rock to clear homes, roads, and fields. Inside the exhibit, you'll find objects used in rescue and cleanup, videos, and over 1,000 photos from the effort. It's organized with Rotary International, which is a global community service organization that supports local projects. They're also asking people to contribute mementos from the rescue period, like tools, armbands, or diaries, so the collective story doesn't fade. The timing today is deliberate. It's a living reminder of how communities across Taiwan showed up when Hualien needed it most.
All right, that's something to chew on, huh? 500,000 volunteers. That kind of blew my mind. I mean, think about the logistics and heart it takes to move 400,000 tons of debris. That's community power in motion. The Rotary piece is cool too. Having a group that can mobilize service across districts really helps turn compassion into action. That exhibit sounds like a thank you note you can walk through. Next up, Taiwan is moving to elevate etomidate to a Category 1 drug, with the announcement coming this week. Quick definition. Etomidate is an anesthetic. In plain terms, it's a sedative doctors use to put someone under for short procedures. Officials say it's been misused in recreational so-called zombie vape cartridges because users can appear sedated or slow, like a zombie. The concern here is public safety on the roads. If a driver is impaired, that's a high-risk situation for everyone around them. Here's the legal shift. Back in November 2024, it moved from Category 3 to Category 2. Now the cabinet plans to list it as Category 1, which is the strictest level in Taiwan. That classification can allow the death penalty for manufacturing, transporting, or selling the substance. That is about cracking down on the supply chain. The broader campaign also targets e-cigarette violations and proposes tougher penalties for drug-impaired driving. The thread tying it all together is traffic safety and deterrence.
Real talk. The death penalty for drug offenses is a heavy step. I get the urgency around dangerous impaired driving, but that level of punishment feels like extremely severe. Why go all the way to Category 1 on this when it started as a medical anesthetic used in hospitals?
Yeah, I hear you. The way officials are framing it is deterrence. Send a strong signal to suppliers and traffickers because the road safety impact is immediate and public. If a substance that makes people deeply sedated gets into driving situations, that's, catastrophic risk. It's also part of a bigger package, tighter e-cigarette rules, tougher impaired driving checks. We'll watch how the final policy language lands, but the direction is crystal clear. Prioritize safety and hit distribution hard.
Next up, a related proposal from the Ministry of Transportation aims to revoke driver's licenses for people who test positive for cannabis after returning from abroad, even if they used it legally in another country. Quick context. Marijuana is a Category 2 narcotic in Taiwan, meaning it's strictly illegal here. The ministry's idea is to discourage drug-impaired driving by closing what they see as a loophole. If you come back with cannabis in your system, they can pull your license. There are other pieces in this draft, too. Increased penalties for drug-impaired driving and even fines for passengers who choose to ride with an impaired driver. The stated goal isn't to punish past behavior abroad, they say, but to prevent impaired driving here at home. Still, the practicality questions are big. Testing can detect cannabis days after use, long after any real-time impairment has faded.
Yeah, that's where I get hung up. THC, the active compound in cannabis, can stick around your body for days or even weeks depending on use, while impairment usually lasts hours. So revoking a license based on presence rather than present impairment feels like not totally aligned with road safety science. And fairness-wise, if someone followed the law abroad, comes home sober, then gets penalized for residual traces, that's a tough sell.
So why move on presence at all, then? The why, as officials explain it, is a strict, bright-line rule. Zero tolerance around drugs and driving to make enforcement simple and strong. It's a proposal right now. It still has to go through the amendment process. I'd expect a lot of debate about impairment standards, timelines for testing, and due process, which just means clear steps for how the government applies and reviews penalties, so it's transparent and fair.
All right, let's roll on. Maritime update. A Citizen oil tanker named Aquarius lost power off the coast of Kaohsiung on June 4th. Just to be clear, Citizen means it's registered in St. Kitts and Nevis. There were 9 crew members on board, and responders coordinated a rescue. The ship was carrying about 15 tons of diesel fuel and 200 liters of lubricating oil. So far, officials say there's no sign of oil on the water surface, which is the best piece of this. A towing company has been assigned to move the Aquarius to safer waters. The ship owner must submit a towing plan and place oil booms around the vessel. Oil booms are floating barriers that help contain a spill if one happens. The Coast Guard and environmental teams are continuing to monitor for leaks. It's a playbook for preventing a small mechanical failure from becoming an environmental disaster. And yeah, that quick response matters a lot in coastal waters like Kaohsiung's busy port area.
That swift coordination is huge. Prevent first, fix if needed second. Even with no visible oil, getting booms ready and a tow plan in place is like buckling your seatbelt before the stop-and-go traffic starts. It keeps the ecosystem safe and protects the livelihoods linked to that harbor. Here's where it gets really interesting. No leak yet, despite the risk profile. That's a win for fast standards and training. Last up, Taichung Mayor Liu Xiao-yen is heading to Europe from June 6 to the 15th with a city delegation. Liu Xiao-yen is the elected mayor of Taichung, and the team will visit Germany, Czechia, and Austria to strengthen ties with democratic partners and expand business links. The focus tracks closely with Taichung's strengths: machine tools, precision machinery, semiconductors, and bicycles. These are supply chains where European cities have world-class ecosystems, too. Visits include friendly cities and industry clusters. Clusters just means a lot of related companies located near each other, which speeds up innovation. Taichung has one of the world's densest precision machinery clusters, so matching up with European partners could boost market access and investment. If they come back with new cooperation deals or training exchanges, that can ripple into jobs and tech upgrades at home.
Yeah, that checks out. I'm down for that kind of targeted trip. Go where the machine tools live, speak the same engineering language, and open doors for suppliers back here. Strategic, not just symbolic. Plus, connecting on shared democratic values tends to make long-term business stickier. In plain terms, trust helps contracts survive tough cycles. If they can turn meetings into pilot projects, that's a solid point for Taichung's global profile.
That's the heartbeat of it. Community resilience in Hualien, strong pushes on road safety, steady hands off Kaohsiung, and smart outreach from Taichung.
That's all for today on Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett from Taipei. Have a great day, and we'll catch you tomorrow.